Hello, I'm going to be showing you how to create a picture method, and in this picture method it's going to be calling three parameters, and it's going to change the pixels within the picture to create a solid picture in the red, green, or blue components, or a mix between all three. What you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to open Dr. Java and run it. And in this method we're going to be using a for each loop, and we're going to be calling a pixel array. Alright, so when you're in the interface, it's going to have the definitions pane with the line numbers, and it's going to have the files pane, and then it's going to have the interactions pane here underneath both of them. What you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to hit the file, and you're going to hit open. You should be in the book classes, and you're going to scroll over to picture.java. Once you're in picture.java, you're going to want to scroll to the very bottom. Now we're going to set up our new method right here. Before we do that, you're going to want to hit the file, and you're going to do new Java class. You're going to name this method. Well, you're just going to name the file name and a new class name. We're going to do pick method and include the main method. Alright. In the main section, you're going to place the we're going to create a new picture to start it off. You're going to create a picture object, and we're going to call it picture pick. How original. Picture pick equals new picture. And we could do a default with no parameters in there, but we're going to do file chooser.pick a file, and that's going to set it up to open a picture from our library. And then we're going to do pick.show, and right here after that we're going to call our method, but first we need to make our method. Within the main, we're going to create our method, and it's going to be calling the visibility to make it public. We're going to have a no return type. It's going to be public void, and then we're going to have the name of the method. I'm going to name it pick method just to be original. Okay. With the pick method, now we're going to be putting in the the parameters. We're going to be putting in the red, green, and blue. These the red, green, and blue, they could be any name. It doesn't matter. But for the red, green, and blue components, we're going to make it red. The integers red, green, and blue. And these parameters are what's going to be changed when we have the pick dot call the method. And these are going to be the parameters for that method. When we compile it, it's going to ask us to save the untitled as pick method. I already have another file that has that name, so we're just going to overwrite it. And with the pick method, it needs the curly braces. And compile it to make sure that everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. And moving on. What you're going to do inside of the method first is you're going to call an array. We're going to comment that. I'm going to create an array of pixels. Create an array of pixels. And to do that, you're going to do pixel bracket bracket. You're going to name the pixel array. For the sake of the video, we're going to call it pixel array. Equals this dot get pixels. Just going to get all the pixels in this array. I'm going to compile it and make sure nothing's wrong. Okay. And what we're going to do next is we're going to create the for loop. I'm going to create a comment to say create for loop for every pixel. When you're creating a for loop, you're going to have the for, and you're going to have the call a pixel object, and we're going to name it pix. It's going to be every pixel object for this pixel array named. The pixel array is pixel array, and it's going to get every pixel named pix in this pixel array. Curly braces for the for loop. Everything in the for loop, everything highlighted blue is in the for loop. Everything highlighted blue here is in the method, and then everything highlighted, of course, in there is in the main and everything else. We're going to be working in the for loop. Okay, so we're going to get the pixel object that's been created in the for loop, and we're going to set the color component red to the integer value red. So when we set the, I'll show you right now, when we do pix.set red to the integer value red, this component here takes this integer value red. It doesn't have to be called red, but for the sake of this, it's called red because it just makes more sense. We're going to go back to the pick method where we're going to call our method, and this value here is going to be reference for the int value here, which is also set to red. Sets the component, it sets the red integer component to this parameter here when we call the method. And it's going to be the same for the green, and it's going to be the same for the blue. So you can guess what the next set's going to be. It's going to be pix. It's going to set green value to the green parameter, and you're going to have pix set blue to the blue parameter. I'm going to forget that semicolon. I'm going to compile it. We shouldn't get an error. We're going to hit Control A, Tab, just so it looks a little bit neater. And this is going to be it for the method. That's going to be it for the method. So when we go into the actual where we're going to call it in the pick method, and we set the parameters to let's make it mostly red. Keep this at 0. Actually, let's make it a mixed color. Make it 40, 50. It's going to be mostly red with a little bit of green with a little bit of blue. When we compile it, it's going to show after. Okay, it's going to show up. Run it. Documents, libraries, pictures. Let's find a picture. Go league. It's going to set this picture. Should set it to like a reddish, bluish mix of green and when we change the, make it 0, 50, and 40. Close that out. Compile it. Remember, these values are going to change for the parameters in picture.java. In these parameters are going to change because these are set to the parameters red, green, and blue. And in the for loop, for each pixel object named pix in the pixel array, it's going to get those pixels, it's going to set them to those values. The parameters are going to be those new values. Run it. Documents, libraries, pictures. Again, should set it to like a greenish, bluish color, no red component in there. And if we're going to do pick.explore, we could see the actual pixel color coordinates. Libraries, pictures, scrolling, and should set it, and here we are in Explorer, and here you can say it changed when we show the picture. And it shows the components are 50-40, and the components here are 50 and 40. 50 green, 40 blue. Hopefully this video has helped you understand methods a little bit better. And if not, try it and see what you get. Thank you.